Hi everybody, and welcome to this Scalyr training. My name is Joel Mora, and I'm a technical account manager here at Scalyr, and I'm here to talk to you today about a really exciting feature that we have, and these are Scalyr monitors. So what Scalyr monitors are going to allow you to do is it allows you to get logs directly from APIs. So in today's environments, there are a lot of different services where the only way that you can grab a log is through an exposed API. And you can't really go on and install an agent on like a server or something. So what the Scalyr monitors allow you to do is kind of plug into these APIs and retrieve data as it changes. So what we're going to be covering today is the S3 monitor, which is a particularly cool one because it allows you to just put raw files in S3, and then those files will then, or the contents of those files will then show up in Scalyr as events. So yeah, let's get right into this. So first of all, what we're going to be covering today is this particular solution here. And what this tutorial is not is on the AWS side. This is more on the Scalyr side. If you do want to know how to set up the AWS piece, this document will help you go through each step on setting up the AWS side. So we're going to briefly touch on like the configuration for the AWS piece, and then we'll kind of talk about the Scalyr side. So first of all, let's just go into the AWS side here. And first of all, what we have is an S3 bucket here. So if we take a look at the S3 bucket properties, we can see that there's event notifications enabled, and those event notifications are going to an SQS queue. We also have an SQS queue here, and then that is basically just given permission to the S3 bucket. So from an infrastructure perspective, all you really need are these two pieces here. And then we also need the access piece, which is where you would create an IAM role. And that's what this role is. And this role basically has two different policies that we created. So one policy is the S3 policy, and then the other policy is the SQS policy. And we basically attach them to the role here. And all of that is kind of broken down for you here. So now that we've looked through the AWS piece, configuring it in Scalyr is pretty dead simple. So first of all, let's just open up Scalyr here. And we're in our demo environment, so let's move into monitors here. And then we're going to edit JSON for the monitors. And this is what you should see if you've never set up any monitors before. And what we're going to do is just copy the configuration from the documentation. You can also view the full docs as well here, and it'll give you a little bit more information kind of about the different configuration options that we have. So I'm just going to paste this here. And then we're just going to fill out this information. So first of all, type is S3 bucket. The region can just be found in like that for the SQS queue, the region. So we're in East 1 here. And then the next piece that we're going to do is the role to assume. So we just go to the role. Which is here, and then we're just going to take the ARN. And then the queue URL, this will be in the SQS queue, and it'll just be the URL here. And then file format. What we're going to be working with today is CSV. We also have a configuration option or an option for CSV where we do CSV raw, which is the one that I'm going to be using today. CSV will basically break out all of the contents into a specific field, and CSV raw will basically turn CSV into JSON, and that's really what we want to do. So since we're doing CSV to JSON, we're going to set the JSON parser. And then we could set the host name to whatever we want, and in this case we'll just call it S3 demo. And that's basically it. So the next thing that we're going to do is just upload files to S3. So if I just upload a file here, add files, I downloaded some CSVs from the internet. So we'll just take one of those. And then if I upload it, so now that that's uploaded, we will just go into our Scalyr account. And then if I look for the source S3-demo, I should see this CSV file, and it'll be converted to JSON for each row. And then since we assigned the JSON parser, it'll be just parsed very nicely for us. So that's basically it. The last piece that we might want to cover here is just troubleshooting. So if you do tag contains S3, or whatever monitor you set up, it is going to give you some, first of all, metrics, and then it'll also give you like the error if there were any misconfigurations as well. So this is a pretty important piece, but that's basically it. It's dead simple to set this up, and it's highly valuable. So if there are any questions, feel free to reach out to support@scalyr.com. My name is Joel Mora, and thanks for your time.